Hi you guys, welcome to Lysa Darling. Today I have for you a story that pertains to me moving out at 25. I'm going to first give you a backstory, then I'm going to give you the tips that you would need to do if you're moving out under strenuous circumstances. So let me get my book. And we're gonna go over these tips and things that I have written down. But first I want to say thank you for watching this video. You can follow me at IG at Lysa Darling, and that would be at Lysa _Darling on IG, and that's for that. The backstory, I had to write some things down because I don't want to put too much information into this, because I know maybe one day my mom might see this, so I don't want to just, be too much giving up information. So basically I had just turned 25 in May. This is during the pandemic, which is still going on now. I applied for unemployment benefits. I didn't tell my mom like how much I was getting, and my reasoning for that is because I see how money was spent in our household, and I kind of always felt like there was never enough to do anything extra with. It was always getting spent on something like clothes or furniture, and I'm like, when I really wanted something, I just wouldn't ask for it because I just felt like we didn't have enough money for it because it would already be spent. And I feel like there was always a complaint about how I would need something, so I just stopped asking for stuff, really. And if help was given to me, it's because my mom wanted to, not because I asked. So I didn't tell her how much I was getting initially, and then she kind of like just punked me out into finding out, basically having me call the card company for the information. So yeah. And then when she heard what the amount was, it was a problem, and she said that I wasn't paying the bills when I had just told her I just got a bill current because I was behind due to the pandemic. I had been off of work since February 28th, 2020, and I had just applied April 12th, and I had got the benefits May 1st. So it was like right in between the time she actually helped me with some bills. I didn't have any money, and then I got it like the week after. So it was like a week in between her helping me. So she was kind of mad about that. And I thought I was just holding my money and allowing her to help me, which that was not the case. So from there, she did a lot of other things to make the household less comfortable, like locking the mailbox. I guess I wasn't supposed to use the mailbox anymore since I lied about how much money I was getting. Mind you, I was putting food in the refrigerator and paying my bills, and we all share a phone line that I was paying for as well. So that just made me feel like, yeah, I need to try to save up more of this money now. I was already saving it up so I can fix my car, be mobile, be able to get to my job without my mother's help, which I very much appreciated at the time. So it went a little like this. I was getting $720. I wouldn't let them take out any taxes for like maybe the first 4 checks or so. Then I was just like, okay, I need to make sure the taxes come out because I don't want to be paying all this money back. And And that's kind of when she found out after the fact I had allowed them to take 10% out for Tennessee. So when she found out, she took me to the bank to advance money off my card. And I couldn't say or do anything. My mom was a very intimidating person. And I'm 25. See the problem? Then after that, I was instructed to pay $200 for rent, which when she said that, I was kind of mad, but then again, I wasn't mad. I'm like, okay, it's just $200. Like, you're not taking the rest of my money when I'm left with $648 after taxes. Then became a problem because I would have to Uber and Lyft to the bank. That's eating up the money just to give you $200. Feel me? Then when it came on time where I didn't have the $200 ready, when she felt I should have it ready, she tacked on another $200, which brings us to the $400 total minus $648, which will leave me with $248. Mind you, one of my bills is already totaling $240 something, $280 something just for the phone bill for all 3 phones and paying for the equipment. And then having other bills like internet at $70, storage unit at $40, little subscriptions, credit cards that I was in the business of paying off and getting things paid off, and still owing my school quite a bit of money to get my degree home. So yeah, that was very frustrating that I was only gonna be left with $200 and my bills already totaling like $5, and I was trying to get them down to like $300 or so, or even just $4. So when I came home last year May, I had about like 12 bills, and I was owing a lot of stuff. And I was like, let me just pay these down so that I can actually enjoy my money and save it, because during college I couldn't really save anything. I just was working, putting it back to school, so on and so forth. So the amount taken was about total $1,000 so dollars. That wasn't the first time I had money taken from me like that. It's been a couple other instances, and we're not gonna go into all of that. It's just a lot. But the day in question, June 10th, my mom was asking for the money again, another $400. We already had $400 from the bank, $200 for the rent. When it was time for another $200 to be paid, it got bumped to $400. I actually paid that. But then when it was time to pay $400 again, I was like, no, bump that. I'm not about to do it. So I basically said to my mom, I set the money aside for the bills. That is it. I'm not gonna have it for you. And I was contemplating on taking money that I had saved up in another bank account and giving it to her and trying to replace it, but I was just like, I will still be complying with something that makes me feel like I'm not gonna be able to do what I need to do. And that's where I was just like, yeah, fight or flight kicked in. The Lord was telling me, you got to go, because I felt like it was going to probably get violent, because she was at work, I was at home, and she was just texting me all this aggressive stuff, and I was just like, I stopped replying after she said, stop replying or you can get out my house, blase blase. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pack up everything I need to pack up and go. And it wasn't just me in the house, it's my sister and my nephew, so they essentially also left with me too, because there's no way I was gonna let my sister and my nephew get the fallout of my mom being angry because I didn't want to give her darn near all my money. So yeah, I felt threatened that day, and I was, it's like I called my friends up, they helped me move out, and that's kind of much how it just went down. Now, for the tips, I would say for this video, there's no right time to really move out, I guess, for me, or people who have parents that are very obnoxious or narcissists, or they try to rule everything that you do, and you're not really doing anything to cause them to act a certain way. You might have had some mishaps or whatever, but life happens, and you apologize for the things. You might have lied about stuff, but as you get older, you would think your parents are trying to help you develop more skills and have more resources, so that when they were like, okay, when are you gonna leave my house? Do you have everything you need so you can go ahead and be an adult, so they can live their life? Because if your parent is 50 and you're 25, yeah, you don't really want to be living at home with them. They want to live the rest of their life. They want to go on dates if they're not married. You want to go on dates. You want to go do this. You want to go do that. You want to either go back to school, go to school, get a good job, go on trips with your friends, the Bahamas, go on a yacht for the first time. Whatever it is you feel like you need to be doing at 25. Starting your business. Okay. So like I said, there's no right time. Not for me, at least. But other people, they have that space with their parents where they can actually save and communicate. I plan on moving out by this time and actually getting that help. And I wanted to be able to have my apartment decorated by my mom, but that's not the case right now. Maybe sometime in the future, the house that I would be getting, but the apartment, no. Like I said in my notes, push come to shove, get out. I tried to respect my mama as much as I could, and it just came to that breaking point where I was just like, we're not about to do this. I'm not about to be sitting up here, end up being 30-something years old, living in my mom's house, and I can't have a penny to my name. I just wasn't about to do it. Take what you think is important. That's very, very important. Take what you think is important. For me, I tried to take damn near everything, and I kind of almost did. I left some clothes behind from college. I'm just like, oh, my body's gonna change anyway. Those are past memories. I can always obtain new stuff. So, yeah, and important documents. I almost thought I left my ID. I was about to be so mad that I would have left my ID. And mind you, we're on COVID time. So, DMV hours. Everybody's in there. I don't want to have to shell out another $25 when I've already got this money saved here and some on my unemployment card. I didn't want to spend all that extra money just trying to recuperate documents that I should have had already in order, seeing that I had already been at home for a year. But it was in my work bag. So, save money if you can. Do so. Roughly $1,000 if you can. That would really help if you're just getting on your feet. Friends and family. I didn't even have a plan as to where I was gonna go, who I was gonna be with, who I was gonna be living with, what safe place I was gonna be in. I was about to get a hotel like down the street from my house, and my sister and nephew were staying with some other family members or whatever. I'm not gonna say who for safety purposes. But she had a safe place. I really did, and I didn't care that I didn't have a safe place as long as they were taken care of. I was gonna be in that hotel, crying my eyeballs out, and praying to God and trying to figure out what it is I need to do next with the little cash that I do have. Then I'm gonna continue to be getting as the weeks go on. But everything panned out for me. Like, I had friends that cared, I had other family members that cared, and I also got a boyfriend out of this whole situation. which I will probably talk about in the next phase. So this is phase 1. Other things to do within the couple of days of getting out, I would say change your addresses on everything. If you have a physical address where you feel like your information is going to be safe, change those addresses. Get it changed with the post office, get it changed with the banks. You have a school statement you're still paying on, get that changed. You don't need your parents up in your business trying to see where the money's coming from. You feel me? You don't need them to be able to call your bank with your information, change your passwords, or any joint accounts you guys had, and you know they're stingy with money, which caused you to be stingy with money because y'all, the money thing wasn't, come on now, it just wasn't there for you and your parents to be trying to have a relationship when it comes to finances. It just wasn't, okay? Or anything else. You can't really talk to them about anything, and you're left to just figure it out. And if you do something, it's like you're doing it behind their back, but you're an adult. So how is that doing it behind your back if it's my money? I have stake and claim on this. I'm going to do what I need to do, and you should be okay that bills are being paid. Getting new accounts. I got a lot of new accounts. I got new cards sent off. I got address changes. I did all of that. I changed security questions. I did all of that. What else? Had a car. Another long story. The car was not in my name, so I could not take that car with me. Legally, it would have cost me being in jail. So think smart, not hard when it comes to moving out at the drop of a dime. Like, that's just an L that I had to take because I was gonna plan on getting the car fixed. Uber and Lyft will burn your pockets when you move out. So it's imperative that you have somebody that's really gonna care about you so that you can get things done. If not, that Uber and Lyft is really gonna tear into whatever you try to save while moving out at a drop of a dime. Next tips, I would say have a budget for what you saved or what money or funds you have. I would say if you've been abused mentally, physically, emotionally, you're gonna want to have that release of spending a lot of money. Make sure you're able to pay that back down. Like, I have a credit card, and I did my splurging. I feel good. I feel renewed. I got these nails done. I will never pay this much money for these nails again. I will not do jail probably unless I can super duper afford it. So it's just a one-time thing. I went out of town with my cousins for 4th. And insurance. If you're on your parents' insurance, I would say call that insurance. Some parents will go to the extreme to cut you off of everything, cut you out like a light. So you want to make sure you're still current on your insurance, and that leads me to the next thing. Get all your doctor's appointments. I currently just found out that I might have gum disease, but I'm just like, I've never had anything wrong with my teeth. So I'm going to get a second opinion before I shell out of cost pockets for treatment. That's another thing. When you're on your own, don't go off the first word of a physician. Get a second opinion, because now you're on your own. And your parent is not there to be like, okay, we're going to do this. We're not going to do this. You're the adult now. You're going to do it, not them. Give stuff away that you don't need. For me, I had mostly work clothes for my job, and I didn't take all of my regular clothes. And when I was working so much, I was wearing classy, business casual, or all the way professional clothing. So I didn't really have that much regular attire just to be wearing around the house, or want to go out somewhere, want to go to a party, I would have to buy things. You got to be able to know you can account for that as well. Stocking up on personal care stuff and food. First day I got reunited with my sister. I was staying in hotels, still going to my just penny job in South Haven. You want those personal care products stacked up. You don't have to go back for toothpaste and mouthwash, especially if you're new to whatever area you've moved to. You want to get pads and panty liners, and you're taking iron pills, get those, vitamins, hair care stuff. Whatever you think you're going to need a lot of over a period of time, you stack them up. You can go to the dollar store and get clear totes. You can go anywhere and get totes and put your stuff in. So it's just not all in the person's restroom, all sprawled out, because you know we ladies, we like to have multiple products and stuff. So you want to have those things contained because you're in somebody else's home, and you don't want to look like you live in a pigsty. Don't want that. Stay sharp, stay focused. I recently did some counseling through my insurance. I get 5 free sessions. I have slight depression and post-traumatic stress and anxiety. I have all 3. But am I gonna let that take me over? No. It kind of sort of almost did, because I'm wearing a lot of hats. I'm a sister, an auntie, and a mom to both. And then I'm having to be a mother goose to myself, and a friend, and a confidant, and everything to myself. So it's a lot. And I had originally recorded videos on the actual days, like at least 2 days out of me moving out, but I didn't want to do that one because I was just too emotional and I really looked a hot mess. So I just went back and looked at the video, pulled what I said, tried to clean it up. I don't want to drag nobody, because they might be viewing this later on. And if I'm going to build a relationship back with my mom, I don't want all the dirty laundry aired out on the YouTube or the streets. I would say get a planner. After I had like a little fun, I went to a pool party. Most of my friends saw it on my Snapchat, and I only post certain little pictures and stuff on Facebook. I don't put a lot of stuff on Facebook. So get out and have fun. Don't just think that, oh my gosh, I moved out, I gotta get doctor's appointments, I gotta get my own insurance, I gotta get a car, I gotta get a job, I gotta be able to pay for where I'm staying. If the people are understanding and know your situation, as long as you don't take advantage of it in the wrong way, you should be straight. But try to do things around the house. Clean up, put food in the refrigerator, give them rent money. I'm saying within 2 days of staying with them, come to them, ask, when is the light bill due? When is the rent due? What can I pay? What can I try to pay? Because you never want them to feel like, oh, you're just crashing on their couch and you're not adding to anything and you're just bombing here. But if you can, and they understand, as long as you're going out there trying to obtain some funds to bring back to contribute where you're staying, then you should be great. You should be good. No matter what age you are, you should be trying to contribute something, whether it's cleaning the house or adding some funds, adding some food, folding the clothes, walking the dog, whatever. So, but getting a planner and sticky notes, I'm a sucker for paper-made products. Them gel pens, off the bum. I bought the 14 pack. I got I got about like 3 of these notebooks for 88 cents at the Wally World, aka Walmart. And I even just wrote down what I wanted to tell you guys, so that I'm not fumbling and going too deep into detail, so where I can't get my story across and people understand my pain. The stress that I've been under has been going on since I was a child, and from time to time I just thought, it's me. I'm too hard-headed. I tell too many white lies as a kid, or I do too much sneaky stuff. But after a while, you start doing all that stuff because it's no need to do those things when you realize that all I gotta do is right. And you still might trip up, do something that you don't want your parents to know about. But you know, you grow and you learn from it. And some parents hold grudges for a very long time, and it's maybe due to something they went through, or you know, they just hold grudges. It's a lot of mental health problems that go into a lot of the abuse that is occurring in the home, whether it's verbal, physical, or mental. And you have to just try to be strong to where you can make yourself renewed again after the fact that things are happening and now you are where you need to be. So that's that. Any other tips I would have? I would say, lastly, breathe and pray, and make sure you're in a safe place where you can grow and blossom and not have any bad influences kind of take you down a bad path to where you just got out of something bad and now you're in something good, and your next development stages have been flipped on their head and it's not getting you anywhere. So that's all for phase 1 of moving out at 25. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you guys have a blessed day. Bye.